There is no shame in using the Disability Access Service. That's why they have it. Hey everybody, it's Val from Autistic Interpretations. It's time for another Q&A. In today's Q&A, I'm going to talk about cutting in line when we're at Disney. If you're not familiar with our channel, I'm Valerie. I am mother to Jessica, who has multiple disabilities, including autism and blindness. She has cortical blindness, so it's a different kind than a problem with your eyes. It's a problem with the brain. It's complicated. We've got videos to talk about that. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a misconception about using a disability pass at Disney World. So occasionally I get just super nice comments from followers that let me know it's time for me to do another Q&A to do some education. So when we go to Disney World, we use what's called the Disability Access Service. They call it DAS. I'm looking at Disney's website while I talk. Here's the 3 simple steps of a Disability Access Service. It's called the DAS. The first thing you do is you have to register for it. You can register in person at guest services, or now you can register online via a video chat. After you've registered, when you're in the park, you can request a return time for a ride. What that means is, let's say, for example, we are at Magic Kingdom and we want to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which always has a long wait. It's, I would say, fairly typical, fairly early in the day to see a wait time of 70 minutes. So what we would do is we would go, there's an umbrella right next to the queue where you go through the line, and you go to the umbrella, and the person at the umbrella, you say, may I get a return time? And they, based on the wait time that's listed above, 70 minutes, in their computer will give us a return time that shows up on our Magic Band, or if we have a ticket, it's on our ticket, or you can see it on your phone, on your app. 70 minutes from then, you come back and get in the, what they used to call the fast pass line. Now they call it the lightning lane. You go in that way. So what some people misunderstand is that they think doing it the way we do it is faster, that we're cutting in line in front of all these good people that have been waiting in line for 70 minutes. In reality, it takes us a little bit longer because we have to wait the 70 minutes. Then when you get in line in the lightning lane, now since they do the lightning lane, there's a line at the end of the lightning lane. So you have to wait on that also. So you wait your however many minutes, then you get in line, and you have to wait at the beginning of the line again a little bit. It's not too bad. The difference is instead of being in the queue, the line with all the people winding around kind of close together in close proximity where you might have kids crying or a lot of noise or some kind of stimulation that's too much stimulation, we can wait outside of the line in the shade somewhere or whatever, quiet spot until it's our turn, and then we go back. So we don't ride the ride any faster, and you can only use one of those at a time. So we cannot go get another pass somewhere else to do in the meantime. We can only do one, so we can't schedule another one until we use that one. Another misconception is that being in a wheelchair gets you in the fast pass, lightning lane, whatever, and you get in front of the line. And it's not true. Being in a wheelchair does not necessarily qualify you for a disability pass, because most of Disney World's queues are wheelchair accessible. A couple that aren't, Thunder Mountain Railroad is not accessible. The regular queue is not accessible. And also Splash Mountain, their queue is not accessible. So you have to use different entrance if you're in a chair for those 2 rides. But in general, if you see somebody going up the fast pass, lightning lane, whatever, in a wheelchair, it's because they have bought a lightning lane pass or they have a disability access pass and they've already waited their length of time and they've returned to ride the ride. So don't feel animosity towards people in the other line if you think it's because they're trying to cheat the system, because Disney has it set up where you can't do it. And I think that's fair. And the reason we get the disability access service is for many of Jessica's disabilities, but her primary issue is getting overstimulated in a long line around a lot of other people. If Jessica's in an okay mood, it's okay, but sometimes there are triggers. Once we were in Peter Pan, in the queue inside Peter Pan, which once you're inside the building, you feel, I mean, to me, I feel kind of trapped because it's not very big and there's not a lot of room. You can't see an exit. We were in there one time and there were some kids being loud and Jessica was very agitated and I almost panicked because in the moment, like you can't even see a Disney employee in there. I'm sure there's somebody nearby. But I just remember thinking if she started screaming or having a meltdown, I wouldn't know really what to do in there. So it's stuff like that. Another thing with Jess is she experiences fatigue very quickly in situations where we've got a lot of activity. And being able to be somewhere where it's calm and quiet and more restful than winding through a queue helps her not get too exhausted. Another thing that's different about being at the park and waiting in a line versus not waiting in a line is taking Jessica to the bathroom, for example. If I go to the bathroom by myself, which I don't get to do very often at Disney World, but if I go by myself, I go in, I find a stall, I go to the bathroom, come out, wash my hands, I'm done. It's just a few minutes. But with Jessica, we have to find an accessible stall because I have to help her. I have to make sure the potties are clean because, she can't see if they're wet with urine or something else, if the seat's up or down, if there's toilet paper in the floor, if the commode is stopped up. And then she needs a little bit of help going from standing to sitting on those potties. Then I have to help her get to the sink, show her where the soap is, help her wash her hands good. So going to the bathroom with Jess is a chore, and it takes a good bit amount of time. And so if we were in line and she needed to go to the bathroom, it's not like a quick, I'm going to hop out of line and go to the bathroom. Once you're in line, you're kind of stuck and there's no quick anything. You just have to give up and say, okay, we'll have to start over because we got to get out of line and go do this. If you have questions about Disney's Disability Access Service, there's a lot of information about it on their website, and I'm going to read their website name to you because it's really long, but in general, it'll help you find the information. It's disneyworld.disney.go.com/guest-service, and that's where you'll find the information. If you just go to disneyworld.disney.go.com and then use their little search feature for DAS and look that up, you'll be able to find it there. But a lot of good information on that page. If I can help you with any questions about it, let me know. I'm no expert, but we've used it now for several years, and we find it very beneficial and helpful to us as a family. So anyway, there is no shame in using the Disability Access Service. That's why they have it. So be good. Bye.